And we're live. Yes, we are.
Ooh, you have the best sounding radio voice since Danny Watkins. How are you,
Welcome to
Seth?
YS Radio and your one
Oh
o'clock
yeah,
masterclass. Live
that
with
was
Sean and Seth
amazing. With
from
the
the
voice
marvelous Metavivi
formerly
Studios.
known as Seth. We're calling you live. There once was a land far, far away.
Whoa, that did cool things. That did.
Yeah, see?
Your camera's doing a funky
We
thing
can
though,
do
like
a
the
test on
flash is
accuracy
green.
of our students.
Oh, see the green flash?
What's
Do you get
up?
the flash? Your screen like flashes different colors. Beautiful.
I know.
Why is
You
that
know,
happening?
because I got rainbows in my pocket.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I think it's the connection.
All right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Ah,
Come on in, everybody. Get cozy, get comfortable. Seth and I are still in our pajamas. It's 1 in the afternoon. We ain't going nowhere. Still in heavy lockdown, but loving life, and life is loving us.
yeah. We have someone watching though. Tell us who you are. There's like a core group of masterclass viewers. That their names. I'm starting to know them.
Don't be
I feel
shy.
I feel like I want to have like a post quarantine get
I
together somewhere with those people.
Yeah, let's all meet on Zoom, huh?
He's getting
A
tired of
post
that
quarantine
too.
party at on a Zoom chat. Aw. But you don't, Seth, you gotta love the online gig, man. I mean, we're running we're running some hot charts right now. I mean, we get like so many students a day. I feel like a famous musician.
There is some pretty fun stuff that happens. It's true. Sometimes you have some big groups. Oh,
Yeah.
someone said something. Hi, Alessia. Oh, I recognize Alessia's picture. I
I know.
recognize these.
Alessia,
Hi,
she's
hi.
rocking it. She represents. If there's anyone holding down the lockdown, it's Alessia on Masterclass at 1 p.m. So, and what I love about Alessia is she always has, if we zoom up, we zoom in, she
Should I have a coffee?
always has a cup of coffee. Okay, she's always ready.
Oh.
That's me. I'm just, you know. So Seth, what are you doing today? I like to ask people this question, and I want to ask everybody, what are you doing today?
It's fun now because I think this question reveals a lot about a person because, like at the beginning of the quarantine, everyone was like, oh, there's nothing to do. And after about a week of that, I was like, this makes us sound like we're really boring people because it's not true that there's nothing to do. And I've continued to develop more and more things that I've been doing. And what am I doing though today? Actually, today we have something exciting happening, exciting in terms of quarantine, because during this entire thing, we have had the good fortune of, uh, even before the quarantine, we had a food delivery service. And so I have not been to a grocery store in this whole time because they reserved a place for us, because like scheduling of home delivery in some places is really difficult, because you have to wait weeks to get food. But because we already had like a subscription to this one service, they maintained us as like loyal customers. And so we've never needed to go. And today, finally, we just decided that we were gonna Essay Lunga it. So, and they have the Essay Lunga right near our house has like a curbside, like you just like so I ordered and we don't have to like wait in the line, but we just go up and they give it to us. And but we haven't like I really like honestly, I have not left my house since the end of February. I've not walked outside of my house. So we're kind of nervous. We're like, what's out there? Yeah.
I think that at Estelunga, I mean, I would be nervous because my Estelunga in my area is a no-go. It's like a no-go zone. Like I don't know what it's like now, but all of the month of March was don't even bother. That's really cool. That so you guys are kind of venturing off into no man's land. You don't know what's going to happen outside.
No, and even yesterday, like to prepare because it is a little bit far, like we need to drive there. Um, and we haven't driven the car in so long that my partner even like did a test drive of the car and he was like afraid to go outside, like, and he came back in, he was like, everyone has masks on. And I was like, of course they do, they have to. And he's like, but it's weird. And everyone like they're walking around with masks. And I was like, you're just lucky you saw people. I haven't even seen a person in so long. But I
I
know that
know.
we're gonna be all weird when we go out. Like we're gonna forget what to do.
I
Like how to
I
act.
already forgot what to do. Like I feel like I'm gonna walk around like this. Like
Yeah,
distance, people, distance.
yeah. Social
I
distancing.
don't.
I, this
Yeah.
is like a term. This is gonna be put into the dictionary. It's gonna be the term of 2020. The
What I
new
love,
thing.
I know, but I love it's actually been quite a progression though, Seth, if you think about it, because we went from anti-social behavior and like going against social media, and now we're at social distancing. So everything has to do with social conditions.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah. So what
I
time
think
is your appointment at
um
Esselunga?
we are allowed to make our stop by between 6 and 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should call it a drive-by.
Will be right. So
It's called the
no, like
drive-by grocery. Yeah, the drive-by grocery system.
last weekend we went down into the basement to get we have this little table that we I don't know why I wish we thought of this sooner, but we brought up this little table that to put on our balcony so that we can eat outside. And it's really too bad that we waited until the penultimate week of quarantine to think of this. But anyway, so we went down, we got this table, and while we were carrying it up together, there was one of our neighbors coming down the stairs, and all three of us were just like, how do we interact?
Yeah.
How we all just kind of stood there because you like and then finally like Andrea, my partner, was just like, hi. It's like, oh yeah, we greet people. We smile.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really affecting our psychological functionability. I don't think I function anymore.
no, one of the things I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna do it, it'll make you laugh, is Andrea was like, and it's true at least in my house, I don't know about your house, but he's like, we're gonna have to remember that we just can't burp and fart whenever we want to.
Yeah,
Because
that's
right now
true.
you do, because like there's
Yeah.
no one around who's gonna be
I'm
like,
doing it
oh my
right
God.
now, guys. You know?
But the other day he was on the phone with people and I farted because like you just don't think of it. And he would look at me and I was like, oh shoot, like I forget that other people do hear these
Yeah.
things. Was that too much
That's crazy.
information? I don't
I
think it
know. No, that's great. I mean, that's healthy. It's good.
was.
I think in a way, this social distancing has helped us to be more acceptable to the functions of the human digestive tract. I'm
Oh,
back.
it could be. Who
Don't know.
knows?
I think I think we're coming into a moment of just complete openness in society. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be like the love revolution of the 1960s, but doing all the other functions that happen inside of us, we're more appreciative of
Okay,
those
well,
things. Yeah.
my sleeping schedule's changing though. Like, I mean, because
Yeah.
in general, I think it also though has to do with feeling more relaxed. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there is a, and so sleeping, because like I often before this, my dreams, I always it was very easy for me to connect my dreams to stress from different things happening, you know?
From daily life, yeah.
Yeah, and now like we don't, a lot of those stressors have been removed. And so like I find like I fall asleep really fast. Um but like the time has changed. It's gradually, it's not later. Like we go to bed at usually like, well, we always went to bed at 11. Now we go to bed usually, but we read. So we're like reading for an hour together in bed every night. And
And then you
um
conk out.
yeah, but like, and we really do though. And like we're like we die, we're dead, and then we wake up quite early, usually before the
Yeah.
alarm, just because we're like we're okay, we're not stressed, we're just waking up, you know. So
What I notice around my neighborhood, at least in my building, is like I'm the first one to wake up. And I'm thinking that maybe it's because I'm probably the only one in this building that has a job. Um, but like all of the blinds are closed until about 11 in the morning. So it's this really strange, like peacefulness in the morning. And I feel bad for all of my neighbors because all they probably hear is this guy yelling in English from 9 until 11,
yeah, right.
you know? And it's a really strange thing because it's uh, like being inside of this house, you're kind of like in a watchtower, and
Yeah,
you can kind of like see how other people are moving about their day. But now that it's obligatory, it's mandatory to wear masks and gloves, like some people can't even leave their house because they don't even have a mask,
yeah, yeah.
so I just find that like sleeping patterns, I still find it hard as all get out to wake up in the morning. I notice on the weekend, I can wake up early without a problem, but during the week, I still have problems for
It's
some
still
reason.
just the like,
I don't know.
oh, I have to work, I don't want to wake up thing.
Yeah, maybe it's
Yeah,
that. I don't know. Um, but I mean, this interaction with people, like, I think. I think like how Alessia brings up, we are losing this habit to talk with people, but I feel like maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like our interaction with people before was a little bit more abusive, of the
mm,
fact of we were always able to talk to each other and we're always able to see each other, and maybe we took it for granted, and maybe we abused the like how much of contact we can have with somebody, and we really never respected each other, where
yeah,
now it's kind of like I can't get in touch with you, and maybe you find a new way to appreciate those people. Like, I mean, for example, both you and I, we live on the other side of the world, so this appreciation of family is a little bit different, I think, than people
mm,
that still live in the same house or same town as their family. Because I even think about it, I don't even think in the next year I'm going to be able to travel back home. I don't know. I'm making an estimate.
mhm.
Um,
Oops, you froze. I'm supposed to go home um June 20th. I'm supposed to go home. And I really don't see that happening. Oh, Alessia. Oh no, we have a lot of people now. 4 people. Tell me who you are, people watching. Sean just disappeared. I'm gonna do this. Gonna get him out of there, and I'm gonna get this out of here, and I'm gonna show you guys me because at least it's kind of more interesting if you look at me. Look at me. I got all comfortable because I wasn't on the screen. I was like laying down. Um, no, it's true that now. Tell me, you guys, like, what are you finding changing with what do you think, how do you think things are going to be changing, because that's like it's been interesting during all of this big long process of of quarantine. Like it's almost like every week there's a new feeling or a new emotion or a new idea about the quarantine. And hi. um but I find like right now I'm not anxiety, I'm not afraid of going back, but like, this period has been really nice for sort of evaluating the different parts of our lives, like work, social things, friends, family, how we spend free time. Um, and going back, like, like even for me, I live in Milan, and it takes me about 40 minutes to go from my house to work. And part of me is like, that's 80 minutes a day, that's, or let's say 2 hours, depending on how long it takes. That's like 2 hours of my day that in a certain sense, I'm like, I don't want to give that back. It's 2 hours. It's a lot of time. And and then but then I think, well, what was I doing with that time before the quarantine, sitting on the bus, waiting for the metro? How was I using that time? Phone. Actually, I'm pretty good with my phone. But um and then even at home, there's just been like this revolution in cooking, people making pizza and making bread and making pasta and making everything. And I think that's really, really beautiful and wonderful. And I definitely have been doing that. But I don't want it to go away. And so when life starts to return to normal, I think a lot of us are going to have a struggle of like maintaining those parts of us that we enjoy during quarantine, the time that we have during quarantine, um, the quietness that we don't always get, and then having to go back into work. That's going to be a little tricky, maintaining a good balance. I know, like Milan in general is a city like like big cities in the world, like New York or Paris or London or whatever, these big cities where people are working really, really hard
Hey, where
and
did
so
you guys
fast.
go? Where did you guys
I want
go?
that to slow down. We're just having a nice chat, man. I
I'm
was
sorry.
talking about, it's all right. Maybe things fix themselves. Why are you laughing like this? What are you laughing at?
Because I feel like an idiot. I had to turn off my computer and turn everything back on to get back in this thing.
That's all right. We're just having a nice chat. All
All
right.
right. You're like Bob Ross today. That's all right.
No problem. I was getting deep, man. I was getting deep.
Oh, I can go if you want. I mean,
No, I was saying how like I was moving into the future of like coming out of quarantine, and I was saying that like I think it's going to be interesting because I found like there's sort of been this like collective feeling about each week of quarantine. Like you people have been moving through this together. And I think like for me, what I feel mostly with the idea of going back is like I really like I've thought about how I spend, let's say, just to make it easy, 2 hours, and it's usually between 40 minutes and an hour for me to get to work and then to get home. That's 2 hours, and like part of me doesn't want to give that back. It's 2 hours of my life, but then I think stuff like, what was I doing during that time before? You know, like like I tried to read on the bus and stuff or whatever to at least feel like I was kind of, but in general, we waste a lot of that time with our phones. And um, I enjoy how I feel quieter inside after all of this time. And I don't want those things to change again. Like, um,
yeah.
and I know some of it's Milan. I think Milan does have a quickness that is sucks you into it, and I think maybe in other towns that's a different feeling. But I know I'm going to try and be really careful about not just yeah, I mean, trying to maintain that as best I can, but yeah.
I think it's gonna be hard though. I think it's gonna be really hard to because I feel like, especially in Milan, we like to do these kinds of reactions. So everyone's waiting like at the start gate, like the horse in the race, and it's like as soon as the gate opens, they're gonna fly. And and I think that's gonna cause a lot more problems than if we just gradually kind of gain momentum, like in this time alone. I mean, I'm the type of person that says if anyone can continue to do work from home, we should do this until kingdom come. Okay, we should do this until the end, because it puts everyone in a position where we are not at risk, and we are protecting other people as well as ourselves.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, hello. That might be Sally.
yeah, you got Padova Maya in the
Hello.
house. Sally's in the
How
house.
fun! We have people watching us. That's lovely. Um,
Of course.
Alessi says the same thing. Yeah, so there is like on the one hand, there's this excitement to be able to like do stuff again. I just want to I want to climb a mountain. I want to go for a walk up above like Lake Como because it's so beautiful there. There won't be any people because you don't see people when you do
You
that.
think, or everyone has your idea, and as soon as it opens, everyone's in the mountains.
Look at me like laying down. I'm like, oh, I'm on my bed. I can't do this. I have to look professional. Professional.
That's why I put myself in the corner.
I know. I forgot that when we first started, I had the camera off and I was like totally lounging. And then when you got kicked out, I thought I should show my face more interesting. But but
No,
then
but
what
I
was this
think I think
Alessia
our
then says,
students like it.
yeah,
This kind of laissez-faire, casual, kind of. I like this teaching style.
it's supposed to be it's masterclass, man. We're just chatting. I'm like half I'm like you yeah, I don't want to show you my fat rolls. I'm getting fat.
No, you ain't got no fat rolls.
Moldova, but I'm gonna be very emotional. I think the touching, that's gonna be an interesting thing because like I find that like when I do with some of my friends when we do the Zoom dinners and stuff, like it's silly, but they're really meaningful. It's really nice to see people and like you wanna be able to touch people. You do
How
miss
did the
it.
birthday go? Was it Andrea's birthday that you guys celebrated?
Yeah, it was pretty fun because our friend. So the weird parts were I made this really, really, really yummy French cake. It's from the Julia Child, her French chocolate cake. It's a cake that has no flour. If I threw it at your head, I would like kill you. Well, first of all, it's also like a frisbee. If I threw it at your head, it would just take your head right off. It's like chocolate and eggs and sugar. That's basically what's in that is what's in it. Chocolate, eggs, sugar, a little bit of alcohol to dissolve the sugar before you pour it in, and then one spoon of flour. It was like super good. So the part that was kind of sad, and then I also had ice cream delivered. So we had like gelato and the super super chocolatey chocolate cake. And the really sad part of it, which I thought was fun until I started it, and I was like, this is horrible, is the part when I came out of the bedroom with the candles on it and realized that of the six of us participating, only two of us were going to get to eat that cake. Because the other four people were watching. I was like, this is so mean. This
It is, but it's
fantastic, beautiful
fantastic. You
cake.
got a whole
And
cake
everyone
to
else
yourself.
on Zoom, they're like, no, no, that's fine. Enjoy your cake. I hate you. Like you could see it in their eyes that they were jealous. But we did
Oh,
karaoke. That was kind of fun. And embarrassing because what we did for karaoke is the other people watching picked a song, and then we set the computer in such a way that you could see our TV where we had YouTube playing, and you could see the person. So like you basically were standing in a room with one other person singing a song off of YouTube while other people in other places were watching you through their computer. Kind of weird. Um, Pictionary. Pictionary works very well. You just, you draw. And we did another game that was fun. Here, I can do this game with you. I can show you how it works. We did a game where you can see me pretty well, right?
I see you perfectly.
So this is how the game works. Wait, let me think for a minute. I have to think of something. Okay. What am I saying?
Okay, could you do it one more time?
That's the
Could you do it one
game.
more time?
Read my lips. Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. I got 4 night
Yeah.
smoothies.
No. It's a song. It's a
Okay,
song.
go back. Okay, can you just give me the beat though? Okay.
You got
Could
it.
you
I know you did.
enunciate a little bit more? I
I'm
don't have a
enunciating like
clue.
crazy. Yes, you
No,
do.
it's all I got is 4 spoons. 4 large spoons.
What is the only song that you can think of that begins with for and spoon, with another little word in the middle? For a spoon? You better not tell me you've never seen
Oh,
Mary
the
Poppins.
Mary
I will
Poppins
kill you.
song.
Okay. I
Yeah,
was
the
like,
Mary
come
Poppins song.
on. For a spoonful of
What's a
sugar, help the
spoonful of
medicine go
sugar make
down.
the medicine go down? Okay, I got this one. All right, you ready? Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on, I have to think about it.
hard. Was that?
You got
I wanna lick you from your head.
Hey, oh my goodness, you're amazing.
Well, because you gave me a
How did
lot of
you do
dancing.
that? Yeah.
I have to tell
See?
you though, I hope that our people at home think that this is ridiculous. Yeah, Alessia just said it's impossible for me. It is.
Thank you.
My friends were doing it in Italian. It was so hard to
Yeah.
read. It's very interesting though because in Italian you have very few vowel sounds, and the mouth does not move nearly as much. And so things like pa, la, ma, da, they're all the same, because it's all a, e, o, u. They're all the same, you know? Italian was hard. And then one of my friends is Sicilian, so she did it in Sicilian, and everyone got mad at her. They're like, that's cheating. Those crazy Sicilians.
Hey, you got to use your forces when you got them.
So it was fun. We had a good time. We had a nice birthday.
That is a great game. Oh man, I've only just been playing chips and guac.
Does that mean that's what you've been eating? Is that when you say playing?
No, there's a game. There's a game on House Party called Chips and Guac that is like Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
I'm
it's a
looking
good
for
one.
some of our best pictures. There was one in particular when we were playing. This is the picture that was making us laugh a lot. When we were playing Pictionary, and my friend drew this. So this is what he drew,
A
and
space.
it's a
Yeah.
hyena.
A
Yeah.
high.
And we were like, what? We were
What?
like, it looks like some sort of like dachshund. It looks like a dachshund with with a bird head that's going to outer space. He said that the thing in front of it is the carcass. And we were like, no, wrong, wrong.
Oh,
It was a hyena.
completely wrong. I mean, it would have been better if you had a dog and then a gesture of laughing.
Yeah. This was the other really good one, but I have to wait. So, oh, my phone. So that looks that you can see it more or less, right? It looks like a woman.
Yeah, I see a woman with mice
Yeah, woman with
and
mice, and she's holding a microphone, and there's music notes. That's what you can. And like behind her, that thing is the Colosseum because apparently this person often performs in Verona at the arena in Verona, and it's a woman, right? So we're also, and then but it was Pictionary, so she couldn't talk, and she was laughing a whole lot. And finally, we ran out of time. We didn't get it, and she was like, "Why were you guys all saying women's names?" And we were like, because you drew a woman. A woman. She has a dress on. She has high heel. I mean, look at this one more time. Okay, like there's nothing about this that isn't woman. It's a dress,
yeah,
high
that's
heels.
all girl. That's all
Well,
girl.
it was supposed to be this singer named Renato Zero, who I don't know in particular.
Oh, Renato Zero. But the thing is Renato Zero, she should have made the triangle the opposite way.
Oh yeah. Well, so
She
then
drew the
I like
triangle upside down.
they were all laughing a whole lot, and I was like, I don't know who that person is, so I can't laugh. But usually Renato Zero does have his hair parted in the middle and it's long. Like I think
Yeah.
he's kind of like Italy's Elton John. That's the impression I got.
I would say so. I think he kind of,
Like kind of
when he was
quirky.
really famous back in the 70s, like he was the heartthrob of everybody, men, women, everybody.
Oh,
Men wanted to be him, women wanted to be with him, but he was
I'm looking
pretty.
at pictures of him now. Yeah,
He is kind of
he
like the
definitely had that like David Bowie androgynous thing going on.
yeah. Oh yeah, he was on top of things, man. He really he was flying. But no, I mean, I only know one song by him, but it's really funny how he's like a very big icon for Italian musical pop culture.
Really? I need this is
Yeah.
stuff I need to know more about. I feel
Me
like
too.
I'm sadly lacking. Like I'm reading a book right now about when I read about Italy, I read about like the Etruscans.
Yeah.
I go like back to the beginning. That's what I want to
That's
know.
okay. You
I
need to
know.
start somewhere.
I know. But then people say something like Renato Zero and I'm like, I don't know who that is.
Okay. I'm still talking about Neanderthals.
I
Okay.
know. I know.
Don't worry, son.
I'm reading a really
Look,
cool book though
culture.
right now about Italy. It's an Italian history. It's a short Italian history, and it's written in because the Italian history is enormous, so confusing. But I like reading those books. I read a lot of history. I like history. And this is the
Really?
4,000 years of history from 2000 BC to 2000 AD.
Killing it. Wow.
Yeah.
And are you in
So
the
right
middle
now,
now, or where are
no,
you about?
I just read about the seven kings of Rome, who were the first rulers after Romulus, Romulus and Remus.
I know the good old ramen rain.
Yeah, so after after Romulus died, there were the first seven kings. It's all like mythical legend stuff, but it's fun.
Alessia will teach us all about this.
I bet
I
unless
know
they
she
know
will.
all about it. They learn this stuff Italians do. Their history,
Yeah.
man. What?
Yeah.
But then like finally the story that what I like reading about it is like like there's a lot of art that you'll see like the Sabine women. You see these things, and that's like even in the chapel, the Sistine Chapel. They're the Sabines, and the rape of the Sabines is like these really common painting theme, and that was one of the first battles that Romulus fought against this other tribe, and they took all the women. They needed women
Really?
and they still and then yeah, and I was like and like those are like those connections that I'm like because I like art.
Yeah.
And then in particular I guess with the story there was one woman a Sabine woman who had been, well, and it's all legend, you know it, but who apparently like
I believe it.
she, right, she had been like taken earlier, so like living with the Romans, but was in love with um a man from her village, and so like the Romans, these are like early Romans, like before Rome was even Rome, right? I mean, but the
These are like
people,
pre-Romans,
yeah.
pre-Romes.
And so they took all the women from this other tribe, the Sabines, and then the Sabines, or however you say it, the men came to be like, we're going to kill you because you took our women, right? But then
Obviously.
the one woman who had come to the Roman, had been taken earlier, was like, no, don't do this. We shouldn't kill everyone. And so then the decision was made to not kill each other because her love was so beautiful or whatever. And so the Sabines decided to just like join with Rome, and they made like a pact to just to work together, but they still were under Rome because Rome did defeat them in a certain sense. And there's a big rock, the what's it called, the Rupe? It's a big rock um in the Campidoglio, you know, in Rome, where the main um where the like the center of Rome, that main hill. There's a rock there that, because eventually they did kill that woman, they threw her off the rock, and
Oh
uh
wow.
and so that rock has her name. And I was like, I want to go see the rock. It's still there. The Rupe something. I know everyone at home is saying it, but they don't know it.
Well, I wish they
Yeah.
would tell us because I don't know it. Seth, I have to
Oh,
tell you.
Alessia, thank you. The mice in my picture of Renato Zero that I showed you, his fans, he calls his mice, he calls his fans the mice. Thank you.
See, so that's a little pop culture for you, Seth.
There
I
it
gotta
is.
tell you, my intellect, I don't think I ever had it, and I don't think I regained it in this quarantine. Sincerely.
Uh,
Uh, I I find it fascinating, but you know, I don't know. I think. Can I be serious with you right now, Seth?
yes, I would love that.
I think my brain has gotten smaller.
During quarantine or
Oh yeah.
during this 50
I think I
minutes
just
of
I
webinar?
think no, in this 50 minutes, it's been kind of tough on my mind to kind of really, you know. Oh
Yes,
my
the
goodness,
Rupe
Alexia, Rupe
Tarpea.
Tapea.
Thank you, Alessia. Thank you. The Rupe
See?
Tarpea. Her name, the woman was
What?
named Tarpea.
Well,
And it's still
and you
there.
didn't
This
put
rock.
one and one together. So it was Tarpeia, the Sibian, that was jetted off of this rock, but it's Rupe, Rupe, Rupe.
I couldn't remember her name.
It's okay. I forgive you. I think, I mean, the Italians won't forgive you, but I
The
definitely
Rupe
will.
Tarpea. And so and Rome used to throw its enemies, like when it was like the execution rock, they would throw people from it. Kill
What?
them. Yes.
Really? That's crazy.
Mhm.
I think,
Yeah.
you know, in a way,
The Rupe
are we really
Tarpea.
that far away from that cultural tendency in our time?
I think that we throw people off of rocks in different ways nowadays, like Twitter bashing and things. Yes, we have the figurative rupe tarpea that we use.
We have
Yes.
the Rupe iPhonea.
Yeah. It's spelled like this.
I can't wait to see the spelling.
The rupe. Yes. There it is. It's coming.
Wow. That looks
It's
good.
Latin. It's
That looks really
Latin.
good, guys.
Rupe iPhoneia.
Mhm.
Real.
That's some good
Unless
stuff.
you don't pay attention to this. This is what we do in English. We make things up
Yeah,
often.
we invent always. I mean, but that's what you really need in this time. You need some good humor, you know? I mean, I've been searching deep and wide for a good humoristic outlook on life. Um, I haven't found it yet, but I'm still looking, and I ain't gonna give up. I can tell you that much.
That's a more
Ooh.
literal
Oh, that's the
spelling.
pronunciation.
That's the yes, the rupe
Mhm.
iphonea.
I think I'm gonna name my first child that. Alessia likes it. All right.
You're gonna name your child
Thank you,
Rupee?
Alessia, for supporting us through this.
My kid got rupeed.
Well, I didn't quite think about that. Yeah.
Ah, that was horrible.
Oh,
Where does
yeah,
that
that was a
word
little
roofie,
bad.
where
That
does
was a
that
little
come
bad.
from? We
But I
should
mean, it's
tell Alessia what that means. What does it mean when you're roofied? What is the word roofie? Does it come from the name of the drug?
a roofie is it comes from a drug. Yeah, the drug is. I think it's like a roofie. I don't know. I'm checking it out now. Okay.
So what we're talking
What?
about, Alessia, is it's not a thing to laugh at actually, but like in the bar sometimes, like like a discotheque or something, sometimes men, usually men, I shouldn't just say men, but usually men will put some like a drug into someone else's drink. So when they drink it, they usually pass out
Rafinal.
and the drug is called Rafinol. And so in English, we've sort of created this verb to roofie a drink from Rafinol. So if you say like, that person was roofied, it means that they drank this drug that made them pass out. And usually it's for unmentionable reasons that people do this. Not a cool thing at all. That's not but there's a bit of slang for you. Real laugh English, roofied.
But it's not the same sense. For example, could you say that like I think my drink was spiked or no?
Well, spiked is just could just be alcohol, right? Like a spiked drink.
Yeah.
Roofied, I think roofied has like there's a maliciousness to that someone
But I
put
feel like
drugs in it.
what do we say? Do we say I feel like my drink's been roofied, or do I say I think someone messed with my drink?
Someone's messed with my drink. Yeah, someone's put something in my drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, but spiked because spiking the drink is like when you have like a regular, you have apple juice and you put some apple cider, you put some hard cider in it.
You make it hard, exactly.
Yeah. So
Do you remember Jungle Juice, Seth?
that was a drink that was like basically a doctored up spiked drink, right?
It was a concoction of just it was basically in university, everybody. The jungle juice was basically a cooler filled with bunches of alcohol and juices. I don't even know. But a lot of times they say don't drink the punch. So if you're ever at a university party, don't drink the punch, okay?
Don't drink the punch. It's been messed with. It's been spiked.
Yeah.
Blech.
Oh.
Probably with Malibu. Blech.
Yeah. Oh, the cheapest of the cheapest things. Just pour it
Coconut
all in there.
liqueur.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't
perfect,
know.
Alessia. That's how you
Is
spell
that it?
roofie. Yep. And uh-huh.
And to be honest,
Ruby.
Alessia, it's something that's being spoken a lot more than written because
Yeah.
it's, usually talking about it. But
Mhm.
yeah, look at that. Little bit of culture from quarantine to the Rupe Tartea to Roofie. There we go.
Well, it's called or what is it? Not
Reassociation.
assimilation. Association. Thank you. See, we associate.
Reassociation.
The most important thing too about learning English or learning anything is how language and image work together. And for example, idioms come from the association. So we start to joke with a roofie or rupee, and then rupee becomes roofie, and then roofie becomes poofy. I don't know.
I'm thinking giraffe.
A giraffe.
Giraffe. Yeah, that's where I went.
Wow. Ah, because you're thinking, the elongation of the neck. You're thinking spots. I get it. Yeah.
I
Did
have
you
a
say
feeling that
giraffe?
yes, I did. I have a feeling that you and I, if we did like some sort of free association test, they would just diagnose us as like completely off our rocker,
Mildly
crazy.
schizophrenic?
Yeah, which would be great. I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, I think it's fantastic. You got two Midwesterners just hanging out, relaxing in Italy, while this whole quarantine thing flies by. I mean,
What's for lunch today for you? Is it lunchtime? I'm having lunch after this. I think we might be having pesto, troffia and pesto today.
oh, that's a good idea. I gotta go get myself. I gotta actually go out of my house and go to get a. I gotta get a little. I gotta get some groceries, some little things. Um, but no, I can't eat lunch. I still gotta teach. I'm still moving on,
Oof,
working
I've
those
been on
things.
since 9, man. I'm hungry.
Me too, baby. Me too. We rocking. We rocking. We rolling. We going through the punches. We moving. We shaking. We grooving.
A lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Alessia, thank you for tolerating us for all of this time. Thank you
It's
for
been so good,
talking to us.
Alessia.
Thank you for reminding me the name of the rock where we can throw Sean,
Yeah,
and
please. I
after
will.
which
I
we
will
will also name
happily.
his child.
Yeah, very good. Rupe Sean and Alessia. Keep your stream of conscious going, and we will see you for the next time.